think it's about time I have my say on the Alexander Isak situation because it's starting to get a little bit annoying at this point. So I'm going to give Newcastle fans my honest, unfiltered opinion on the whole situation tonight. We're going to discuss Luke Edwards and his absolutely shocking, shitty, nonsense article about the whole situation in the Telegraph. We'll call that out for what it is. Absolute bollocks. Now look, there is a lot that I want to get off my chest tonight, and I've been nice, Craig, for most of the summer in my opinion, but today it's starting to just make my blood boil a little bit because Newcastle still seemingly haven't learned their place. And what I mean by that is Newcastle's fans are deluded. Newcastle's fans, and it's not just Liverpool fans that think this, by the way. I've been chatting to Manchester United fans who had to put up with Newcastle fans throughout the Sesko debate as well. And what they don't seem to realise is that they aren't a big fish and that what they think is going to happen and what is actually unfolding in front of their eyes is very different. And I would say, respectfully to Newcastle fans, look at your sources a bit better than our friend Luke Edwards, who was just basically being a mouthpiece for what the club want to put out there. And that's okay. This happens in football, but I don't have to buy it. Liverpool fans don't have to listen to it. And quite frankly, some of these accusations that are doing the rounds are bordering on slanderous at this point. So let's put a couple of things right tonight and talk about this Isak situation. So I'm going to let people come in and chat Phil up a little bit, and then I'm going to really have my say on it because it needs to be said. It just does at this point because I'm sick of it. We've tried to be polite and nice. We've tried to sit back and sympathise with Newcastle fans, but they don't seem to realise that the mess isn't because Liverpool came a knocking. The mess is because your club is being run like a fucking shambles. And if you don't see that, Newcastle fans, you have bigger problems. If you want to cry arse about the state of your summer transfer window, look inwardly and not looking to blame the big bad wolf, Liverpool, in this situation. So we'll talk about a few facts tonight as we know them. And I want to start off with, well, a post that caught my eye from Mouth of the Tyne. Might as well be called Mouth of the Gobshite, because it says, Newcastle owners are furious of the way Liverpool have behaved this summer. They were baffled with their initial £110 million bid, which was nowhere near the club's valuation of 150. So let's talk about this a little bit, shall we? Furious at the way Liverpool have behaved. And how exactly is that? How exactly is that, my petulant little friends? By making a British record transfer bid for your striker once and then walking away? That's behaving what? That's how football works, you morons. That's how this shit happens. So let's put this right. You fuckers need to start eating some humble pie and realising that you are Newcastle. You aren't Liverpool. You aren't Manchester United. You are fucking Newcastle. And your owners, as you say, are furious at the way Liverpool have behaved. So furious, they went and gave us £53 million for Darwin Núñez. That'll teach us. That's taught us a lesson. You know, teaching us a lesson there by taking Darwin off our hands. Well done. We've learned our lesson on that one, Newcastle. If there's lessons being taught here, I think it might be us saying, you could have had Ekatike, but you thought you were Billy Big Bollocks, and now we have him, and we will end up with Alexander Isak. You know it, I know it, he knows it, Hell knows it, your fucking board knows it, and the rest of you fans need to wake up and realise it is going to happen. Your owners, and I hate to break this to you, don't give a fuck. They don't give a shite about you folks in Newcastle. They thought that they were getting a club that they could buy their way to success, and the rules have kind of gotten in their way a little bit. So again, stop trying to throw Liverpool fans and our club under a bus, because your club is a shit show behind the scenes. Not our problem. And this belittlement of Liverpool for making a British transfer record bid. Let's remember that. This isn't like we came in and said, here, have 70 million quid. They offered 110 to 120 million. And your club were stupid enough to say no. And your window has been a shit show. So let's talk about why we're here, shall we? Why is Alexander Isak so intent on leaving Newcastle? It isn't because of Liverpool destabilising him. It's because of broken promises and lies. It's because he wasn't given a new contract. It's because he told your club months ago he wanted out. But you're so badly ran behind the scenes that you're scrambling around now trying to get 6th, 7th and 8th choice strikers. Meanwhile, Isak's getting closer and closer to the exit. Your own manager basically came out and said it isn't possible to turn Isak's head back. This whole situation has been one that Liverpool fans are just sick of, because we've tried to be respectful. We've tried to be sympathetic for the situation, but you clowns just won't let it rest. So Luke Edwards and any of these other mouthpieces for Newcastle Football Club need to stop writing what is nothing other than a tantamount to fucking fairy tales at this point. The truth of the matter is, you've an unhappy player who we will end up getting, whether it's this year, next year or whatever. It's going to happen. You're going to get a load of dough for it, and he's going to get to play for a club that will win shit. And if that doesn't sit well with you Newcastle fans, tough shit. That's the lay of the land. Deal with it until you become a big club. But you ain't now. So know your fucking place. It's getting ridiculous at this point. State of them. Think they can say what they want, do what they want, belittle who they want, just because their own club is a shit show behind the scenes. Tough. Tough. You want to protest? Protest your own fucking owners. You want to moan? Moan about your own board. But don't moan at a club asking once, can they have a player, and then backing off. Ain't our problem that Isak's unhappy. Ain't our problem that you can't fulfill your promises to your own players. Look internally and stop trying to blame everybody else. You fucking babies. The state of it, all of it, absolute joke from start to finish. Pussies. Stop being children. It's ridiculous. Every set of fans I speak to are laughing at the way Newcastle have dealt with Sesko, with Isak. United fans have been messaging me in their droves saying, I didn't realise quite how touchy these Newcastle fans were until they lost out on Sesko. Just deal with it. Your club isn't where you want it to be. Your club is a club that could get there, but it needs to do the right things at the right times. And one of those is selling a striker that doesn't want to be there for a record amount of money. It's not rocket science. You know it, but you choose to just listen to people who are giving you bad advice. Everybody knows what's going to fucking happen. Same way we told you what was going to happen with Ekitike. But no, you were having both of them in your team. We were going to have Isak and Ekitike. How has that worked? How has that worked, my Newcastle supporting friends? Is Ekitike wearing a Newcastle shirt? Nope. He's waiting for Isak to come and join him at Liverpool, where he'll win Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, FA Cups, League Cups, maybe a Ballon d'Or. Stings, doesn't it? Tough. You deserve every fucking mouthful, because the disrespect that you've shown is just pathetic. Now grow the fuck up.